Welcome to the Pregnancy Loss Podcast, the place I created for moms like us. Pregnancy loss is all-encompassing and creates an overarching theme that runs through our lives forever. We have to learn to live with and beside the grief of losing our baby. We have to learn how to live again, how to parent again, how to engage and interact and be social again, how to communicate effectively to connect with our spouses and significant others. We have to find who we are now. I'm here to empower and inspire you to live a life even with our unique circumstances. We cannot change what happened, but we can grow and use that strength and resilience to create a life that we love. I'm here to share everything I know about grief, motherhood, loss, marriage, friendship, and parenting. I'm here to encourage you to find the beautiful side of grief, the side where we don't have to isolate ourselves or suppress the need to share stories, the side where you have moms just like you to support and encourage you. The side where we become the best versions of ourselves, not in spite of our loss, but thanks to it. Pregnancy loss is devastating, but it can also be an opportunity to reflect on who we were and who we want to become. So join me every Tuesday for a new episode on the Pregnancy Loss Podcast. Let's jump in. Hey friends, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to season 2 of the Pregnancy Loss and Motherhood Podcast. I'm so excited for this year. We hit our 1-year anniversary on October 20th. So thank you so much for listening and really giving me the drive to keep going. It's been amazing seeing all the people listening and sharing the episodes. Just wanted to jump in and say there will be just a couple changes. One, you'll notice the podcast art is different because the colors for my brand is changing. And then you're also going to notice that we're going to have guest episodes once or twice a month. I am very excited to bring these women into my space, our space, and share them with you. They are so vibrant and brilliant, and they have been through a lot just like us. And I know that they'll make you laugh, they'll make you cry, they'll make you be like, dang it, yes, that's so right. They'll just make you feel like you're meant to be here. I've had so much fun recording with them, and I know you will too. So again, welcome, season 2 of the Pregnancy, Loss, and Motherhood Podcast, and let's jump in. Hey love, I'm so happy you're here. Getting into season 2, this is episode 31, and we're going to talk about healing through connection, finding strength in community, and what community really looks like these days. Let's jump in. When I talk about normalizing pregnancy loss, a huge point of me doing this work is so that women can find each other. Because when we tell our stories, other women are more likely to share theirs as well. And this is what creates connection. And then it beautifully and subtly creates community. One by one, women are sharing their stories. They're sharing their feelings, thoughts, and everything in between. Loss, and again, if you're listening to this podcast and maybe you haven't lost a baby, but you lost somebody very significant in your life, all of this stuff connects with that, okay? But loss changes our entire worlds. It devastates our old selves, and most of us, I would say, turn into even better versions of ourselves. Now, this doesn't mean we've stopped grieving or we've moved on. It simply means that we have and had the courage to live beside it or with it, not letting it run our lives. Losing Evelyn made me realize how much of a community that I really did have in Lake Stevens, in our military community outside base. Oh my goodness, I love those women so much, and I just miss it so much. I had women and families bring us food and gifts and offer support, and I'm talking about women who were not even considered friends. We weren't considered friends, but we were acquaintances. We would see each other and say hi once in a while and things like that. But they all took on this role of superwoman. And I cannot tell you enough that they saved me. I am here because of them and the support that they gave me. Knowing that so many women and people you don't even really know or spend time with are thinking of you. So many are quietly thinking of you and sending their love and prayers and hope. It's so powerful. It's such a powerful force. And that is like the thing that we are lacking in our communities now. I feel like after COVID, we're all just silently living separate lives completely. We're worried about ourselves only. Not everybody, but that's just kind of how it feels. But see, that's the cool thing about military communities, military spouse, military spouses. There's like maybe typical shit, like people not liking each other, and there's drama, and there's all this, stuff that you hear on the news. But if one of us gets hurt or needs help, most everyone is coming running with supplies. That's not even a joke. When we're PCSing, which is we're moving, and we have like 10 days. We have 10 days to pack a house, find a house, cancel utilities, get new utilities at the new place, put down payments, find childcare, all this stuff. And we have to do it on our own because our husbands are out on their ships. Man, we are packing each other's houses. We are cleaning each other's houses, 3, 4 in the morning, packing all of the trash in people's trash can, like all of our trash cans so that they don't have to leave it. Like military communities, oh my God, when they're good, they're really good. I mean, that's the definition of community. And sometimes we don't realize how wonderful it is until we don't have it anymore. It's one of those things that I miss so much about John not being in the military. I miss my friends. I miss making new friends around the US. And I didn't mean for this to turn into like a military episode, but the point is community. And since I've spent, 8 years in that community, that's what I know mostly as an adult. But it's different outside. It's hard to find your community, and like, what does that even look like? I feel like on the outside, there's like you have 2 or 3 friends supporting you. I mean, not even supporting you, just like having a friend, which is great. Don't get me wrong. You don't need like tons of friends, but when your baby dies, you need people. And the sad and unfortunate truth is that some people run the other way. And this is when true colors are shown. I feel that at times that is what I did. And in regards to my grief with Evelyn, I ran away from people. Okay. I didn't want to talk or see anyone. And it was mostly from the shame that made me feel that way. But it didn't allow for others to help me at my lowest points because they didn't know. I hid it. I hid the pain, the tears, the devastation. I just couldn't share that. Remember I told you like that vulnerability piece? In the beginning of that grief, I just couldn't be vulnerable because I was so scared something else was going to happen. Something bad was going to happen. But if I had, I know I would have been met with love and understanding. I know that I wouldn't have been judged. I know that they would have been there to help me. And a big part of my healing was spending time with my friends, doing everyday things. Especially in the summertime, which is my favorite because we had so many little beaches in Lake Stevens and just around. And we could sit in the sand in our little chairs and watch our kids play and swim and not worry about them. And even just outside of our house, we would sit in our chairs, we would be cleaning out our cars, our kids would be running up and down the sidewalk to different houses with all their friends, getting our coffee and sweet buns while we talked about life, running to Target to get out of the house at night while our husbands were with the kids, because that's the only time our husbands were home to stay with the kids. We would go on adventures in the mountains, to the water, to the forests. I felt loved and included. I think we take for granted the power that these quote unquote small moments have, because to me, they felt immense. And I still feel that to this day. I was able to be with people who understood me and what I was going through. And if I needed to talk to them, I could. And I wasn't afraid of how they would respond or, excuse me, or afraid how they would react if I talked about Evelyn or my pain. Just a reminder, some people will always be so uncomfortable by your pain and what you've gone through. And that's okay. That is their stuff, their shit that they need to work through. That's not on you. Do not let them diminish your need for connection. Because connecting with others who love you or have been through, or who have been through what you've gone through, is what is going to heal you. So just because, I don't know, you reach out to somebody and they oh yeah, I don't really want to talk about it, or they just find ways to change the subject, things like that. Don't let that persuade you to stop seeking connection with others. Because like I said, that need, that connection with others is what's going to heal you, or at least help heal parts of you. My personal belief is I don't think we will ever be fully healed, because we are not the same person we started out to be. We lost a literal piece of ourselves. And I mean, we had death inside of us. We had to birth our dead babies. And that's just not something that you ever come back from. I don't care if people say that's unhealthy because you're not getting over it, or just whatever someone might think about that. And it's not that I'm not getting over it. I'm not going to get over the fact that my baby died. I'm learning to live with it. There's such a huge difference. We find our strength in others. When we can't find the strength we need in ourselves to continue, we find it in our friends, our families, people we look up to, people who share their strength and their shine. They share their life force with us. Friend, I really want to encourage you to find a community that you're comfortable in. I want you to find a community that builds you up and doesn't make you feel terrible about how you're feeling. I want you to find a group that you can just be supported in. A group of women or a lost family near you, or virtually. If you don't know where to start, you can look for chapters of the Star Legacy Foundation. You can look on their website. You can check out PSI, Postpartum Support International, for support groups. Local hospitals have grief groups as well, or local churches. MOPS groups would be amazing. You can even create your own. I'm hoping one day soon I will have my own loss group in person, and of course you can attend virtually. And when I get that figured out, I will of course share it with you. If you are a doula, postpartum doula, or you're a perinatal professional, make sure you join my Facebook group. I share a lot of resources on there about supporting families and things like that. And again, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me and supporting you and other moms like us. Go have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening to the Pregnancy Loss Podcast. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I created a guide on 20 ways to celebrate your angel baby. It gives you 20 amazing ways to celebrate their birthdays or ways to just remember them on any given day. If you want to download it, head over to valenweb.com/resources and click the link. I hope you guys have a great week. See you next time.